Hi everyone, I'm here just to explain your strength workout 1 for the week. So starting with deadlifts, I ask you to do it with a barbell. So a barbell, if you have it, I'm just using this dowel here. You can use heavy dumbbells as well, but the barbell, nice just because it's just one surface here. So again, with the deadlift, we're thinking of that nice flat back with that bend through the legs, and it's a hinging action. So rather than a squatting action, you're thinking of keeping that slight bend, hinging forward, and then lifting up, squeezing those glutes at the top, squeezing those hamstrings, using the hamstrings, pushing the feet down and towards the floor to lift up. So that's your deadlift. Then you're gonna move to something where I ask you to do 2 push-ups, some hip extensions, side plank with abduction. So basically what it is you're gonna start with your push-ups, and again, push-ups can be done toes or from your knees, either or are okay. So you start with your 2 push-ups, and then 2 push-ups, and then the hip extensions is you're gonna lift 1 foot off the floor, keeping yourself in that push-up position, and you're gonna squeeze your glute at the top, and you're gonna do 5 on one side, and then 5 on the other side. Then you're gonna do 2 push-ups again, and you're gonna flip over to the side, lifting that top arm up, and from there, option is you're gonna try to lift that top leg to an abduction 5 times. Now, if you can't do it or keep the control with that both feet stacked, just drop that bottom knee and you can go from 1 knee. Then you're gonna come back, 2 push-ups, and then you flip over to the other side and do the same thing, okay? Ending with those push-ups. So that's that second set. Then you're gonna go into pull-ups. Now, pull-ups can be done on a bar if you have a bar. And if you are doing jump pull-ups, if you don't have strict pull-ups in your regime, like you can't do them, what you wanna do is come to a height where you're about here with a bent arm on a stacked position, but then you're gonna bend your legs so that you're here to start, and then you can jump up, trying to get your chin to the height of that bar, and then back down. And I think I said go up for a 1 count, try to go down a little bit slower on a 3 count. But if you don't have that, another option is a bar here. This can also, you can find bars like this at the playground, or even a table you can use, and then you can just do pull-ups underneath that bar here. Try to drive that chest towards the bar. And again, we're hoping not to sink, we're just trying to keep everything elongated through your front and your back. So that's your pull-ups. Then we're gonna go into single leg row with a press. So you don't need super heavy weights for this one because it is about balance. So what you're gonna do is, starting upright, we're gonna lift 1 leg up, and you're gonna come to like a teeter-tot position. And then from here, you're going to do 1 row and not fall over. And then from there, nice and controlled, drive that knee up and press up towards the ceiling. So again, we're coming forward, and notice this is not fast. This is more controlled and nice and slow. Okay, so that's the bent over row, single leg bent over row with a press. And then you have some plank supermans. So option here is you can come down to your knees, and you can do more like a bird dog, it's called, where you're lifting 1 leg and then the opposite arm is lifting. You hold for a count, take a breath in, and then come back. Or you can come to a full-on plank, nice and controlled, and you're gonna lift 1 arm, 1 leg, hold, and then other arm, other leg, hold. From there, and you're doing 5 per side, you're gonna flip back to that side plank, hips elevated, and then I'm just gonna do a hip lower and a hip lift. hip lower, hip lift. And then from there, flipping back to that starting position, but I'm gonna go all the way down to my stomach, and I'm gonna do some glute hyperextensions here. So my heels stay together, my forehead can stay down on the ground, and I'm just doing my best to try to lift and engage my glutes to try to lift my knees off the floor. It might not happen, but you're gonna feel those hamstrings turn on when you do that. So we're gonna come to that glute hyperextension, and then to end off with, we push back, and I want you to use that core, push up into that push-up position, and then we're gonna drop down to forearms for this one, and we're gonna rock forward onto the toes and rock back. Forward and back. So that's that last one. So Superman, side plank with hip drops, glute hyperextensions, and then the plank forward and back. Have fun.